What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. So I want to talk about 5 things that I feel like are very important that most new photographers and even seasoned photographers might need to practice. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so first off, I want to start off by saying that I appreciate you watching my channel. I hope you subscribe. This channel is just basically reviews and just talking about photography in general. It's a lot of different stuff. I do a lot of BTS and all that stuff, product review, whatever. I'm a wedding photographer, portrait photographer. I do just any type of photography besides landscape and that type of stuff. So let's get started. So the first one is going to be the type of photography you want to offer. So like with me, at first I had to, I started off in just portrait style, which meant, senior sessions, couple sessions, that type of stuff. And then once I got going a little ways, and got really involved in it and thought, this is what I want to do, I started reaching out and got interested in doing weddings. And what I did there is I reached out to a couple of photographers that I know and wanted to see if I could second shoot, just to see, kind of get a feel of it and see if that's something that I might want to do. Once you establish that, I feel like that's what people know when they see your photos. They know, random on Facebook, whatever, that, oh, that's probably, so-and-so that took those because of your color tones and editing style. So the next one, number 2, is going to be style. Style is your editing style, your photography style. Whether you have your presets or whatever, it's just a style that when someone sees your pictures, they kind of know that you took them. So next one's going to be, how to sell yourself, as far as advertisement. And whether it be on Facebook, website, Instagram, however, and that's just a way of, putting yourself out there, maybe making some type of little edit to where you can, hey, I'm doing some mini sessions, or hey, I'm, offering a special on weddings or whatever. And it just kind of gets people to go to whether your website, to Facebook or whatever, and making it consistent. Like make sure that, your Instagram all looks the same as far as color tones and all that. So it don't lose someone's attention, And I feel like advertising is really huge, just being able to get the business and all that, and just put yourself out there. All right, so the next one's going to be communication. That's number 4. So communication falls under so many categories with photography. When you meet a client, whether they email you through your website or whatever, reach out to you, establishing location, establishing time, establishing style. Something I do with style is I'll send out a Pinterest board, like a storyboard of what style that I'm kind of looking for as far as, what they might, and then give them some ideas, or they may send you some stuff. I've had clients do that before too. So, but communicate, like if I get email through my website, make sure you get right back with them, finding out what they're, reaching out for you for, whether it be photography, videography, because I also offer that, or whether it be both, so, find out, my website sends them an email, asks them questions right off the get-go before I email them on a personal stand. So it'll ask them, location, date, and all that to make sure I'm available, and then venue. So a lot of times I'll go in and check all that out right off the get-go, and then so I have an idea of what's what, and then I'll email them back and then get more information, from that point. So communication is huge. So another one is value. Knowing what to charge, knowing what your worth is. A lot of people struggle at first. They're boom, 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 staying busy, and then whenever it slows up, they feel like they've done something wrong. And I'm gonna do a video talking about that. And some people refer to it as imposter syndrome. A lot of people that I know, it's around my area. It's a very competitive thing, photography around North Georgia area, and people just don't, I feel like, jump in there and just don't charge enough. Me as a seasoned photographer, I'm not doing mini sessions. I don't do it because I just feel like there's just not a lot of money to be made. If you're building a gallery, I get it, but I'm not doing sessions for $35 for 15, 30 minutes, whatever. It doesn't make sense to me to do that unless you're new and you're just trying to build a gallery. I'm at a point now where I can pick and choose jobs that I don't have to do that. I mean, it's just not saying that I'm better than anybody else. I just know what my value is, and that's something you have to learn, the value, what you're worth, you know, whether it be on an hourly basis or packages with weddings or, you know, packages with portrait sessions, senior sessions, couple sessions, engagement, whatever. You just got to know that this stuff, you know, you invest. The gear is expensive. Everything about photography is just expensive when you get into it and get serious about it. I mean, I have memory cards that cost $500. I mean, you know, but keep in mind that I do video, so I have to have certain cards. But I go to Atlanta and stuff and see photographers up there that are charging crazy amounts, and people are paying it. And you know, and what I mean by that is that when you're new, you may have a certain type of client that will use you because you're in their budget. To where, like with me, I may have a different type of client because I am not the cheapest. I'm not the cheapest person. So I'm more into their budget. So you have to learn that, because that will kind of like discourage you a little bit when you're not staying busy. And I think that's the reason why a lot of photographers start throwing this stuff out here, like, I'll do, you know, what you can pay, or $35 sessions or whatever. And I just don't, I feel like that hurts you more than anything. If you're a good photographer, you're going to stay busy. Just as simple as that. I mean, that's just the way it is. I turn down jobs all the time because I'm already booked, or, you know, or whatever, you know. So it's just, you have to learn that. And I'm going to do a video about the imposter syndrome thing, because I feel like a lot of photographers struggle with that, because it is a thing. It is a thing, and it does cause problems. But if you got any comments, likes, whatever, just do it. Comment on there. Let me know. I'd love to see some more subscribers. But also, I appreciate you for watching. And like I say, just if you subscribe, you'll see some other content. I do a lot of different stuff. So, but I thank you. I hope you have a good day.